Yo, what's up, all my loyal fan out there? Today we're gonna have what if Deku was yuji reincarnation. Now, I hope you guys would like this what if since was wanting to make this what if for a long time. The reason I can't make it because if you have not watched the JK modulo yet, well, Yuji just got back and he got even stronger. Now, the reason why I wasn't able to make this because I do not have the full power or capability of him, but I think I'm getting a bit of understanding. So I'm gonna use all his original power and make it somehow more OP. So yeah, and spoiler warning, if you have not yet watched the JJK modulo yet, I suggest you maybe leave, or if you're okay with that, you can watch, I'm not sure. But anyway, roll that intro and let's begin. We begin the story off with Yuji, the original, was laying on his back, still smiling and crying since he finally did it. He finally died. As if you do not know, Yuji become immortal for like another few hundred years, but since curses were removed, so I guess he died after like 300 years later. So yeah, he was smiling since he is finally coming to God. He is finally dead and he is about to meet his friend. Until, plot twist, he woke up in a bright room. He think, oh, I must be entering heaven. Well, can't wait to meet with Megumi and maybe Gojo and hopefully not Sukuna. Wait, what am I thinking? Yes, Sukuna in hell, Yuji would say, and he would open his eye and saw that he was in a hospital, and he realized that he'd been reincarnated into this person. And this time he is planning to make a change in this world. Fast forward 6 years later. 6 years later, we saw a young Yuji, or I guess Deku, whoever I want to call it. Yeah, he was playing around talking to his friend, and Yuji just got that nice guy's attitude that one you got in the area of him, you will get calmed down, and he is always nice to other people, always act kind, as he still remember his grandfather word of always being nice. And he's also got his power like curse technique, I guess, like blood manipulation, shrine, and black. Wait, yeah, he still got all his technique. No, and he also have been trained just to make sure he got even stronger. And he have been spending time with Bakugo, being friend, and also humbling Bakugo down so that his god arrogance won't be taking over. And Yuji this time won't show that his true power, just show a little bit, just a good amount to show that he's not bad or he's not powerful, just average, because in his eye he doesn't want to be the strongest at all. But flash forwarding a few years later, the teacher come into the classroom and say, okay, I will hand you this, but I already know what you want to be a hero. And people will flash their quirk, and Bakugo will say, yeah, and me and Yuji over here, we're going to go and become the #1 hero. And people will cheer mostly on Yuji since, he got that nice guy attitude. But Yuji just say, no, I'm not being a hero. I decide to become a manga artist or something. I think, yeah, a fireman, I believe. Yeah, I saw a show saying that Yuji actually want to be a fireman. So yeah, he pulled a card saying he want to be a fireman, and some people would say bum out because he have some people say he have potential, but he said yes, but I'd rather do fireman role because I like it. And people say, sure, you do you. As he would talk to Bakugo about how he going to do on his work and what he gonna do next year, and he was walking around and the sludge would pop out, and Yuji doesn't even react that much, and he say, what the hell is this? As when the sludge really going to hurt Yuji, but suddenly his eye would bleed out since Yuji would realize that if his body was sludge, then only the eye was not be able to only get hurt. So yeah, he has used his blood manipulation to hurt the sludge villain eye to incapacitate him. As all eye will come in, seal it up, and Yugi will get that signature from him. Not talking about asking him if he could become a hero or anything like that. And he was walking around. Suddenly, he heard this time a sludge villain then hurting his best friend Bako. And this time, Yuji was not having it. And he would launch himself with blinding speed, coming forward. What was sludge villain? And he was his signature word, Black Flash. And he would hit the sludge villain with a signature Black Flash, knocking the sludge villain out as All Might come in and seal it up. Then reporters talk to him, asking what school he's going, and he said, "Oh no, I'm not going to anywhere. I'm just being a fireman." And people say, "Kid, are you serious? You have so much potential, and yet you wasted on fireman." Hey, fireman does good thing too. I just don't want that flashy, famous style. I just want to live a humble life, and most people will understand, and most people will call him selfish, something like that. And he was walking back to his place, thinking about what just happened, as All Might would come in and told him about all for one and one for all. As Yuji, after hearing this, he would not get happy at all, because he know the burden of being strong. So he said, "I accept," not because he wanted more power or anything at all, because he know the burden of being the strongest and looked upon. So that's the reason why he decided to pick one for all, as he would make a promise to himself that after killing all for one, he would die with one for all within him. After he consumed the hair, he would do that 10-month train period, and this time he would only take about like 2 to 3 months. Since his curse energy and curse technique would help out a ton, as All Might would be shocked and just screw with it. He was able to handle like 80% of one for all, what is pretty strong, and he was able to unlock I believe Black Whip earlier, and along with Danger Sand. Yeah, he was unlocked 2 of his quirks. I'm not gonna make him OP. No, well, he was already OP. I'm gonna make him OP, but not as fast. But he will get even more strong than that. But anyway, continue on with the story. As he was heading to UA entrance exam, he passed the writing portion, getting a pretty okay above average score, because we already know Yuji, he's not the brightest, but he just showed that he intellects some of the time. But yeah, he just get past the reading portion, and then at the robot portion, it was a massacre, because Yuji would just use one for all along with curse energy on his leg and would launch himself, destroying robot. But wait, no, I want to make him aura form, so he just say blood manipulation, as he would blast piercing. No, sorry, my mistake. He would just put his hand together and say piercing blood, as a homing blood would go out and strike a bunch of robots, destroying most of them and getting him a point that will make him pass. As most of the teachers say, strange kid, don't want to go get any point more. As Yuji would just walk around saving people and helping them earn more point. Then he heard a rumbling, and the large 0-pointer is popping out. And after Yuji saw this, he does not hesitate at all, as he would use Black Whip to tie his body to another pole, using his legs to move backward and go along and say one for all, 20%, no curse energy, smash, and he would destroy the 0-pointer easily, not hesitation at all, as he would land down or form for a bit, say Ochako, and walk around. Now I would make him use cleave or dismantle on the robot, but he did not use that because he doesn't want to show off. He's not that guy at all. And he would go back to school, and Aizawa told all of them to do the quirk assessment test, and Yuji just passes easily. I mean, come on, bro, without any power, bro might be a heavenly restriction guy for me, I think, because come on, bro mini wrecker, bro even destroy building just by his own physique alone, and was able to run fast. No human were able to do that. So yeah, he would easily get first place with using a small portion of his ability, and Aizawa and the rest was impressed, saying, "What? Even with your quirk and without your quirk, you're still strong? How is this even possible?" As people would say, decide that he is strong, and Yuji would say, "Sure, I guess." And as the next day, it was hero versus villain here a test, and this time I will make that Yuji would let's say that sugar guy versus Kaminari, and I believe what the tail guy, yeah, the people that always use their hand to fight other people, yeah, I'm gonna make them do that. As the first thing, well, Yuji and the sugar guy will walk around, and Yuji starts to explain some of his ability, and sugar guy, I forgot his name, would also explain some of his ability, and suddenly Kirishima, shit, I forgot that name. Wait, yeah, Kirishima would come in and try to hit with Yuji, and Yuji would use a small portion of his ability just to entertain Kirishima, showing that he is just as strong as him, and people will see, I guess he was get lucky in the core assessment test, and it seems that Kirishima is also the same level as Yuji, I guess, as people start to call him that because he just wanted them to call him by his original name, and he was able to knock out Kirishima and will go and see the tail guy, and this time he let the sugar guy do, but the sugar guy, I don't think he will win because the tail guy got more martial art than him, but Yuji was able to touch a bomb and win. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about his hero costume. For his hero costume, just think of his original suit, but this time he have a gauntlet on his arm just to make sure he doesn't break it if he accidentally use one for all. But anyway, continue our story as they were heading to USJ, talking to each other, just being normal high school kid, until the subject popped out. Who do you think is the strongest person in our class? As people would say, oh yeah, definitely Yuji or Todoroki. And people would say, no, it might be Yuji, and no, it might be Todoroki. And some people would say it might be Bakugo, yeah. But when they went to the USJ, oh, they know. After 13 gave her speech, and then all the students went into the USJ, and the villain popped out and say, well, hello there. And Yuji would just put his hand together and say, blood manipulation. As piercing blood would come out and would stab every single villain out there, knocking out, and those blood were also poisonous, so yeah, they was knocked out easily. And Aizawa would say, kid, you took them out easily. I'm impressed. As Yuji would talk to Aizawa saying, oh, no, don't be like that, it's just an ordinary thing, and people would say, yeah, we are changing our mind, you're the stars. As Shigaraki would get pissed on and say, Nomu, kill that brat. As the Nomu would lunge at him, Aizawa would raise his sword, but Yuji would say, Black Flash, hitting the Nomu, destroying it easily. As all for one would see this and say, oh, this is bad. This kid, oh wait, I think he might be the successor of One for All, but he already got this much control. If I go right now, I could die. So, Dr. Uchiko, it's time. I guess we have no choice. Start Operation U. As Dr. Uchiko would nod and say, okay, all for one. As Shigaraki would get teleported back into the bar, still seething and wishing that he was able to kill that brat. Whatever his name is, I was gonna kill him. As the next day, they will go into, well, not the next day exactly, they will probably get the week off, and some reporter will come out asking who did it, but both Aizawa and 13 will get the credit, and a week later, Aizawa will not get injured, so he won't get that band-aid around his head, and the USJ event will begin. Yuji would just use his own physique, just his leg and his cursed energy to launch himself, getting to the robot potion, using Black Whip to destroy everything, just showing it out for a bit, and would win easily. Then he would then for the Kabri battle, he would, for his teammate, it would be Bakugo, Todoroki, himself, and I would put, screw it, Kirishima. The reason why he befriended Todoroki is because he just got that kind nature. So yeah, he was able to subdue both Todoroki, Bakugo, and Kirishima already. So yeah, they will both all three of them will help each other, passing the round easily. As then he will go to the next round, and this time he will face off. I will change the fight. He will face with Kirishima, as Kirishima will say, "All right, no holding back. I will destroy you." As Yuji will hit him with the divergent fist of just a few more, and he will let Kirishima hit him just a few more times to show that he was not weak at all, and easily defeat Kirishima. As the next person that he's gonna fight is Todoroki, and he will use his blood manipulation to help him using supernova, using the blood to cover his arm. As people say, I don't think that is okay, but as I was shut down, I say, oh, okay. What about Black King? He had blood. What are you gonna say something about him, huh? Oh no. Well, yeah, we're sorry. Yeah, kid, you do you, I guess. As Yuji would say, okay. He would easily destroy Todoroki, and Bakugo would come out and would try to fight with Yuji, but Yuji would weaken himself, making Bakugo say, "Come on, man, I want to fight you for real. I don't care about this fight at all. Just fight me for real." And Yuji would say, "I've been behind this technique, but I guess you can deserve it. One for all, 10% smash." And he would smash Bakugo out of the ring, winning the round easily. As people would say, "Yep, that's the kid, our future kid." As All For One, after seeing this, would say, "Oh, whoa, no, I'm screwed. Oh, I never see a successor do that, and it's his first time too. Oh, was screwed." As All For One say, "Dr. Uchiko, is the process finished yet?" And Dr. Uchiko would say, "Not yet." As so later that day, Midnight would come into their classroom, making them pick their hero name, and for Midoriya, he would just pick Yuji. Yeah, just that simple. And the person that he gonna intern with is that bunny girl. Shit, I forgot his name. I think it was Miracle, I remember. Yeah, Miracle. I think if I got it wrong, please correct me in the comment. So yeah, he would intern with her, and she would teach him a few martial arts, and Yuji would easily destroy her, and she would decide, yeah, no martial art for you, man. You can do maybe some paperwork if you want. As Yuji would just do no paperwork no chip. I was planning to make Yuji chip with Miracle, since she does say that she like strong man, but he is still in school, and I don't want to do chip at all because I don't know what to go with that one. So yeah, no chip for my channel. But anyway, after Yuji heard about how Ida got injured and his brother, he went to the hospital and said, "What? Why do you do this, Ida?" And Ida said, "I'm sorry. It's just that I want to earn revenge." Yes, and look what happened to you. Don't worry, I can help. As Yuji would put his arm on Ida and would heal him instantly. As after his parents saw this, they would say, "Can you heal my son too?" And Yuji would hear them, as they would thank him very much, and news would break out saying a kid was able to heal a very wounded hero. As people would come to the hospital, actually, yeah, they all come to the hospital, and Yuji would heal him, making his credit grow more. And also, all the doctor and nurses got laid off, and they would all thank Yuji. The elderly give him some money and some candy, and yeah, Yuji would get famous. And All For One say, "Oh, come on, how does this kid get even stronger?" You know what I'm gonna do? This one thing that I've done before. As All For One would go to his phone, call place, and he would contact every evil people he know to make all of them help him overhaul that one dude that looked like Doofenshmirtz, and all of the rest of every villain he can think of, even Stain. But Stain say, "Hell no, this guy save people, and I respect that, so fuck you." Or I shouldn't have said that. Screw you, All For One. I'm gonna leave it there. But anyway, continue on with the story. The next arc is the teacher the student asked for the reaction potion easily passes, and this time Yuji would not just face with All Might. No. This time he would face with the teacher and with the student, because they saw that his ability is much more better than he always seemed to be holding back, and All Might will also tell Nezu about it, and Nezu would agree to do it. Actually, yeah, let's put one B in there too, as Yuji was start to taking them all out, and Yuji would say gladly, as he this time did not hold back this much, as he would use his blood manipulation, a few clips and dismantle, and people were shocked, saying, wait, I never seen him use that technique before. And he would also use, actually, yeah, he was able to unlock all his quirks, screw it, and making him even tougher. And yeah, so he would beat down with all of them, easily passing. As the next arc is the camping traineeship, as Yuji would be able to carry most of the class into the around the forest, and I saw after seeing this say, really, that Midoriya, come on man, it was a test. You know what, as punishment, all of you have to run around the mountain for at least 5 times as for the payment of not doing your work. But except for you, Yuji, you have to run at least 100 times. And people was not that mad at Yuji saying it was not his fault, and plus it was way more easier than fighting monster. And they would stop the protest, trying to make Yuji sentence weaker. And Yuji would smile and say, I guess I finally found a friend. Hopefully I am not immortal this time. And he would just have fun. He would talk to Koda, and after seeing Madara break up and want to climb the wall, he would stop him, and yeah, everything played out normally. And for the terrorists, yeah, All For One decided to test Yuji a bit more, as he would also give most of the villains amplify their quirk just to make them a lot more stronger to go with fight with everyone else. But Yuji, thanks to his danger sense, would say blood manipulation supernova, as small orbs will appear next to the villain and explode, almost hurting him. But Aizawa will alert all the students, and the rest of the hero would take out all the villain easily, saving everyone. As All For One, after seeing this, say, why? You know what? Screw it. Dr. Uchiko, what, is Shigaraki about to be ready yet? And Dr. Uchiko say, not yet. Good. And make All For One even more stronger. Wait, are you sure about this? How can I make him stronger? I don't know. Just make him even more stronger than that. Yeah, and maybe you were cliffhanger for that one. But anyway, continue on with the story. The next for the All Might and All For One crash out, yeah, it will still happen. At this time, All Might will be a lot more stronger, bit since Yuji would also use RCT on the All Might, so to make him heal up, not fully, because I'm not sure if that kind of injury would be able. Actually, yeah, All Might will be in his prime and will destroy All For One, easily knocking him out. As All For One would smile, since he did something to All Might, and that thing is he was able to store some of the ember of One For All, and was able to transfer to Dr. Uchiko to make One For All even more stronger. Yeah, Shigaraki gonna get even more stronger than that, cause I want to make a fair match up for him. So yeah, continue on with the story. It was a hero licensing exam, and this time Yuji won't able to participate since they also have powerful ears. So yeah, they just give him the license easily. But the same people will still fail. Actually, no, yeah, the same people won't fail because they were like Bako and Todoroki, thanks to Yuji saying, helping them, code them not being a terrible people no more. Well, not exactly terrible, but he was able to help them, and they all get behind their issue and would help their classmate. As continue on with the story, the big city would come in and they request a fight. The million will request a fight, except for Yuji, since he already saw how strong he is. So yeah, he would fight, and all the class 1A would get beat up. Then he would tell Yuji to go with his agency. I just choked on that with Sir Night-Eye. And after he arrives, Sir Night-Eye doesn't even give him that stamp test because he already know how strong Midoriya Yuji is. So yeah, no stamp test for him. And then they would go on patrol as Yuji would run to overhaul, and this time he wouldn't even hesitate that much, and he would use sorry if you have heard any background noises behind me. He would use this cleave on both of overhaul arm, destroying him easily as they would raid the bait easily, finishing everything out. But as everything would seem better happy, All For One would begin plotting his plan, thinking a way to stop all of them. He was smiling and say, hopefully this will work. I continue on with the story. The next arc is that I don't know, I'm not Japanese, so I don't know what it's called, but yeah, it's the gentle criminal time, and Yuji just knocked him out easily. Yeah, no pressure. But he also would try to talk with some of the hero, making the sentences a bit shorter, not too long, because he's not a lawyer. Actually, yeah, Yuji would learn a few lawyer moves from the cursed lawyer. Forgot his name. Sorry about that. Do not. This is yell at me. I just bow if you do not know. But anyway, yeah, continue with the story. It was I believe 1A versus 1B, and Yuji just destroyed everything easily. He would knock them out and put them into prison. Yeah, easily passing. But then continue on with the story. As everyone was preparing themselves to raid the hospital base after hearing the news from Aizawa and the rest of the hero, they would raid the base normally. As Shigaraki would finally wake up, yelling out, and this time his quirk would get amplified with all one for all Ember, making him a lot more stronger than even the original. And suddenly the prison of All For One would break, and all of the rest of the villain would pop out. But this time All For One were able to use his quirk, saving all the villain. As Dr. Uchiko would say, I guess you are here. And suddenly a laser beam would blast at one of the top strongest villain of them all, Overhaul. That one dude that looked like Doofenshmirtz, and the most powerful villain would get their quirk amplified with a small portion of All For One, and they would smile saying, oh, now with this we can take down that annoying brat. As Shigaraki would yell out, all of the ground will get destroyed, and most of the heroes were able to escape. But Shigaraki was able to destroy the quirk that he have from the people he have killed. Yeah, I'm giving him that quirk. Since you do not know what I did, I made Dr. Uchiko was able to get a few Ember of One For All, and was able to transfer a small portion of it into Shigaraki, and was able to even manufacture a bunch more to give to some of the top strongest villain. Yeah, so this time it would be a boss fight, but in a tougher level, as immediately Shigaraki would yell out saying, this is a nice day after all. As most of the hero would try to fight with Shigaraki, but found that quirk was gone, as Shigaraki would have a new ability. Since thanks to One For All amplifying his quirk, he was able to store quirk that was a kilometer around him. So yeah, he was able to store a bunch of pro hero quirk, making them scarce. As immediately Yuji Danger said, and Shigaraki's search quirk would activate at the same time, as Yuji would use One For All 100% along with Curse Energy on his leg to fly up to Shigaraki, and he was destroying building, not hurting anyone, just to be exact. But his speed was almost breaking his sound force so many times, and he would say, One For All, one for all, plus gear ship, plus fashion, plus black whip plus 100% plus curse energy smash. And this time, if you remember what they say in the Shigaraki versus Deku fight, I think, yeah, Limian or Muriel did say that Deku used only 45% at one for all, but thanks to him using both Black Whip, Gear Shift, and Fajin in his body, he was able to amplify it into 120%. And this time, instead of just 40%, I'm gonna make Yuji was able to use 100%. And according to my calculation, that will be 267%. What? It was 260 point a bunch of 6. So yeah, I have to put that number. It will, yeah, 67 whatever. But anyway, yeah, he will hit Shigaraki with that, and Shigaraki will get pummeled by this. But luckily, his regeneration quirk was able to kick in, and suddenly he was teleported a bit away as suddenly overhaul and a bunch of more villain. The Redestro, yes, I finally remember the name, and the top strongest villain will pop up, and Yuji is saying, fine, bring it on. At this time, he was not holding back. He was using both Cleave, Dismantle, both Curse Energy, Black Flash, destroying everybody out there, and most pro hero would try to help out, but without their quirk at all, as Yuji will go pummeling down using anything at all, just to make little, and he finally uses domain expansion. And as for his domain expansion, instead that if you have not read the manga, I suggest you not watch it, just like I told you. Yeah, he would bring out this time a ring, and the opponent one by one get knocked out, pop in there, he would punch, and this time, and it took him like 3 days to destroy every villain out there, and he was pummeling on the ground, and he was able to transfer to a hospital, and people started panicking, saying, how could this happen? I thought Taurus were able to kill all the villains, and they would get the explanation, and most of the people were rebel and would try to cast away Yuji, and Yuji would accept it with no exception, because he know how powerful his quirk is. And but he would give away his last word, saying, the strongest is always the loneliest. Yeah, and he was walking. So yeah, we would get that emo Deku art, but this time it was Yuji. And for his hero costume, this time he have a hoodie on and a gauntlet on his leg and his arm just to make it safe. And he will go be down on villain. And suddenly Giganto Machiavelli pop out, and Yuji would say, one for all, plus Black Whip, Gear Shift, Fajin, 100% with Curse Energy. I'm pretty sure Curse Energy like amplify your strength like 10 times. So yeah, he will get like 2,670% of one for all, destroying most of the villain easily, and he would finally find the hideout. As Shigaraki would stand on the podium waiting, laughing, saying, oh, I can feel it. As Shigaraki was standing in another tower, and Yuji was standing in a different tower, and cameras started to fly around them, say, look, we finally found it, but no one dares to enter since they already lost their quirk and was at a large disadvantage. But for some reason, Yuji's quirk was not able to take away, since some of that is not his quirk, it was curse technique, and one for all is unable to be taken since the user will protect, and Yuji will not hesitate, and he would say, one for all, 100% plus Gear Shift plus Black Whip plus Fajin plus 100% plus Ultra Smash, as he would break the sound barrier, this time using a lot more strength to make a lot for hitting Shigaraki, and he would use his Black Whip to create a bunch of hand. He would wrap his arm, making it larger, and started to punch on Shigaraki. This time intends to kill, and he would use Cleave, Dismantle at him. But thanks to the Ember One for All helping Shigaraki, he was able to survive. After Yuji see this, he said, I guess I have no choice. One for All plus Black Whip plus Gear Shift plus Fashion plus 100% plus Curse Energy plus Black Flash, and he was able to hit Shigaraki with that. And if I have not said that yet, I did say that when Curse Energy amplified with your arm, it will get him 10 times stronger. And I always say that after he used most of his quirk on the arm, it was able to reach 2,670% one for all. But thanks to Black Flash, and I'm pretty sure Black Flash would amplify your strength by to the power of 2.5. So according to my calculation, he was able to reach 368,364,825% of one for all, which is just crazy. After hitting Shigaraki with that, a large boom would happen, but Shigaraki was able to regenerate back with thanks to one for all after he was able to protect just a small portion. After Yuji saw this, he know how to use his domain, but he have tired himself out, so he would use Cleave, Dismantle, and keep using Black Flash to at least try to him, as Shigaraki will have a quirk adaptation. Yeah, I'm making him stronger to make that a fair fight. As Shigaraki would kick him, block. Yuji got his arm, pull it away, breaking it using RCT just to prepare his own body, and would smash with Shigaraki with just a normal Black Flash. Since when he used 100%, his arm hurt, so yeah, he will use a normal Black Flash with just scratch Shigaraki. Yeah, he will use Lion Brush, kick him in the air, hit him on his knee, and whatever boxing fight you can think of. Yeah, he will fight with Shigaraki for a whole 10 hours, as most hero would try to help him. The hero that doesn't have their quirk stolen by Shigaraki, but now some of the villains were able to stop most of them. And thanks to them, were able to amplify some of their quirk with a small portion of the Ember One for All. They were able to handle most pro hero. As Shigaraki and Deku would still fight. As for All for One, he just say that he was trying to fight with Yuji, but now Yuji just beat him easily, and he is now continue to fight with Shigaraki, and he found out that he have enough curse energy to say domain expansion, as he would lock Shigaraki in that ring again, and he would go pummeling, fighting with Shigaraki using whatever he's got, and he was able to save Shigaraki, enter his soul, and would try to reach it. But suddenly his soul will get corrupted, as All for One will pop out and say, "Thanks a lot, kid," and he would use that same quirk that was able to take away most people's quirk on the whole entire planet. And yeah, All for One will reach that final goal of him, as Yuji will look disgusted at him, and he said, "You people disgust me. You think you have the power. You think the strongest is happy?" And All for One would laugh menacingly, seeing that his plan was finally coming in, and he have to destroy this one kid, and he can rule the world. And he would use every single quirk that he have to at least destroy Yuji. If you want to see it, imagine that time that if you are Black Clover fan, please skip this part. Yeah, he would imagine I forgot his name. Imagine that one giant ball with a bunch of magic that and Asta tries to stop. Yeah, he would use something similar to that, but this time it's a quirk and try to lunge at Midoriya, and as Yuji would use 3 Black Flash along with the rest of his quirk to destroy that orb easily. And all for One, his body would get a bunch of tingling in it, as he was embodied with light, and he finally unlocked his true form final transformation. I was able to obtain all quirk, and he was descended to a better thing, way better than human. After getting all the quirk in the whole planet, he was ascending and becoming a new being, a being of true power. And he used a time quirk to stop Yuji, but Yuji would break it, then just sheer will alone. And All For One used a black hole quirk that he created. Yeah, he was able to now create quirk 2, as Yuji would try to fight him, but seeing that it did not work, he tried to open his domain, but All For One would destroy it. Yuji, he doesn't know what to do, as suddenly a mild large firewall will engulf Yuji, killing him almost instantly. But suddenly his body moved, as he was get awakening, similar to Gojo awakening. But this time, thanks to his close to death, and Endeavor, I remember Endeavor saying that when a quirk user was close to death, he was able to transcend himself into a state of awakening. And One For All get awakening, as the awakening would make their user able to use as much strength as they want, no limitation. And this is the clash of All For One and One For All, and they clash was godlike, amazing, destroying building, almost being the moon, as they would fly to space, destroying planet, exploding star, throwing star at each other, trying to at least hurt each other, as Yuji with flying did it. Domain expansion, as All For One would say, pitiful, as he would try to destroy the barrier, but nothing happened, and as this was a barrierless domain. As suddenly all his power would get destroyed, and Yuji would put him under a certain genjutsu, as All For One would wake up would wake up next to his dead mom, as he would wonder what just happened. Did he walk back time or something? But suddenly the figure standing beside him was Yuji, in his original form, as All For One would get scared, try to use his quirk, but see nothing happened. He imagined Mahito and Yuji. He would jump around getting scared, and Yuji say, "You people disgusted me. You were willing to sacrifice others just for your own pleasure. Please, I did care about my brother. I have to be counted as something." "Yes, I know that. Maybe you want to talk to your brother." And he suddenly heard a voice, and when he looked back, he saw it was his brother. And he tried to beg his brother in his state of infant form, trying to beg with his brother to at least help him, but his brother said, "I was always helping you, brother, helping you, guiding you to the light, but it seemed that you never reached that. You would always be crumbled in darkness. I'm sorry, you're not my brother no more. I have no brother." And suddenly all of One For All user face would climb up and would hit with All For One. Why did I start right there? Not only that, everyone in the whole planet would raise their face up, as their face would start to glow, and they would say plus ultra, as all of the civilian face would raise up, and All For One would explode, creating a large gap in the whole universe, as Yuji would smile, saying, "I finally did it, Grandpa. I helped people." And he would crumble, and his body would froze in space and die. I'm not giving him mortality since that's just sad. So he was dying, and he was saddened since he was not able to be close to his friend, and he was floating in space, realizing that, wait, I'm still immortal? Somehow RCT was able to fix him up. So he was saddened since he realized that he's gonna spend traveling to space all alone. As a couple of years passes, he was traveling to space, talking to some of the vestiges and suddenly a rocket ship would come out and his classmate would pull him out back to planet Earth. And this time everything was fixed up. Now people was quirkless and there were no more discrimination. Most of the mutants was able to get cured and was able to look like normal human, but most of them doesn't want, since they did not look be ashamed at themselves, as most people after seeing the rocket launch would go thanking Yuji, the hero, the one true hero that saved everyone, as Yuji would smile since he was able to obtain something that he'd been wishing to have, and that was dying with the people he was close with, as Yuji would take his final breath looking at everyone and would die in the arms of his classmate. And people started to cry, saying, "No, he have to live on. He had how many people look at the light and yet he died. He is one true hero." A story with Humble saying the hero that saved the whole world. And that's how I'm gonna end off. Sorry if I say how he was gonna die as not being immortal, but somehow being able to live again. Just plot sure. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I was really wanting to make. If I did horrible, sorry about that. But anyway, hopefully guys will give me a like, share, and subscribe to my video, and comment down below what your next idea is. And I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.